What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Flying Pig Podcast. My name is Eddie.
And I'm John.
And we are here with Anatomy Decay. Dun dun! Awesome, guys. Welcome to Flying Pig Productions. Thank you so much for taking some time and coming out today.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks a lot. We're happy to be here.
Anytime. Why don't you guys go around and introduce yourselves and what do you do? And let's just kick it off with your favorite color.
Alrighty. Well, my name is Brandon. I drum for Anatomy Decay. I also write lyrics for Anatomy Decay and help with a majority of the managing process.
He's also a singer.
I also sing and do some screaming from time to time.
Multifaceted.
Yeah.
Multi-purpose Brandon.
Multi-purpose room.
You got Swiss
Get in me. Whoa, I mean, don't. That's terrible. And my favorite color is orange.
And before we proceed, Brandon, why is that? Why is orange your favorite color?
Well, when I was in high school, I conducted an experiment. I interviewed 100 kids to see what their favorite color was. Prior to this, my favorite color was purple. And out of the 100 kids, 2 of them said that their favorite color was orange. So I decided everyone hates orange, so I'm going to be down with that color.
Nice.
Got an orange drum set, got orange Vans, got orange booty shorts.
An orange dog.
Halloween show, you remember. Dirty
Nice.
Beats.
I'm Sam. My favorite color is black because it matches everything, but I'm going to give a special mention to red. Go Team Valor.
Oh, shit. Yes. Okay. Now we connected. Here we go.
And Sam, you play?
I play guitar for Anatomy Decay and whatever else they need me for at the time.
All right. Well, I'm Shay. I play bass for Anatomy Decay. My favorite color is blue because it's the color of my room, and it's the one I.
Nice.
Yeah. I have a blue.
His room
Fuck
is
if I know.
blue, dabble-dee-dabble.
I don't know what kind of shade. I'm colorblind, so I don't see that kind of shit. It's either light blue or dark blue or blue
Light blue
or purple
dark
sometimes because
blue.
who knows what I'm seeing.
Ever been alone and
You don't-
crowded?
So right now,
Yeah.
what color do you see that shirt?
This shirt. This is like a blue. It has to be some kind of blue.
It has to be some kind of blue.
Yeah, it has to be some kind of watery
Dude,
blue.
it's honestly more of a.
Is it like a
a
night?
gray
Is it a
forest.
night purple?
It's like a gray forest green.
What
Is
about these glasses?
Those are probably like a pinkish yellow, maybe.
Pinkish yellow. Well, so far.
How about
they're
these
yellow?
ones?
Those are orange.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're good. You're good with
This
bright
is the
colors.
game that everyone plays when I tell them. They're
I am
colorblind.
so
They're
sorry.
like,
I
we
don't
all
mean
have to have
what
bright
color is
glasses.
that shirt?
I don't mean to be disrespectful or anything. It's just I find it very interesting.
I know,
Like how
people-
you see something different.
Yeah, and that's a trippy thing to think about. That the colors
trippy,
that they teach you are this color could be different to somebody else. Like
Yeah.
someone else's blue could be your yellow.
Dude,
Dang.
you don't want to mess with my yellow.
Yeah.
would have known.
Dropping the mics.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude.
And what do? You do bass for
Yes,
Anatomy
I'm the
Decay,
bass
right?
player.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, welcome, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time. So, who is Anatomy Decay and how this whole thing started? Because we all see you at the shows. We all see you rocking out at almost every single venue in Southern California. But everybody sees the performance. But what's really behind Anatomy Decay? How this whole thing started?
I think the real beginning is with Brandon. I think Brandon is like the bedrock that started getting it together. We have our vocalist Torn Comby and our lead guitar player Josh Comby, who are also a big part of the start. But Brandon, he's the big starter. He kind of got it. Yeah, they peeled everyone together. He's what he got us playing. You know what I mean? They had music. Josh and Torn had music started up, but they didn't have a band. And I think they found Brandon through a tattoo artist, right?
Yeah, through David Rayner, our AD tattoo artist.
He found Brandon through David, and then Brandon kind of put it all into a band aspect. Like, we're a band now. We need to get together. Tell him the story about the name.
The name. So also, Sam was jamming with Josh and Torn as well. Before the band started, I used to scream for a band called Of Heaven and Earth, but then we decided to call it quits over creative and influential differences. And so I, met Josh through my tattoo artist. I was getting blasted one day and told him, hey, we're looking for a lead guitarist to audition for that band. Josh comes up while I'm getting tattooed with an acoustic guitar and just starts shredding all over the place. And I'm just like, yes, this is him. This is it. We're going to make it happen. Shortly after that, I left the band and I I had just found Josh. I was like, hey, I'm a vocalist. You're a guitarist. Let's make something happen. He goes, my brother screams, so I already got a vocalist, and I have a rhythm guitarist, which is Sam over here. And I had played drums for my church for about 4.5 years. So I was like, you know what? I also play drums. I like to listen to metal music, so let's give it a shot. So prior to Anatomy Decay, I wasn't really a metal drummer, but I adapted quickly and learned to do what I could. In regards to the name, Torin, Josh, and Sam were kind of throwing around something halfway to human, which you might actually see later on in our album as kind of like a sort of what is it called?
An homage.
Like an homage to
Okay,
homage to a pastime. But I kind of I thought of that name, and I kind of thought it sounded a little B-rate horror movie. Especially for something that was going to be a band and maybe potentially a brand. I didn't think that it was marketable, but I like the concept. Okay, so I thought, what is Halfway to Human trying to convey? Half alive, half dead. You think of zombies automatically, so that's an easy concept to run with. What is a zombie created out of? Anatomy, your anatomy. Okay, I was like, okay, perfect. Now what is happening to a zombie that makes, you think about, halfway to human? They're decaying. So then I got to really thinking, and I was like, we can conceptualize this. There's two ideas of anatomy and decay, and we can really play off of those ideas as a as a platform, and that's where the name came from.
It's really cool. I had no idea what it meant. I kind of imagined something around the lines of zombies and stuff like that, but I actually wanted to know. I find it really interesting because I feel like coming up with a band name, at least for me, it's always been like a huge hassle. It's like, I like this a lot, but do I want to be stuck with this? Is this something that I'm going to like for the rest of my life or for 10 years, stuff like that? So you guys have an EP out called Existence?
Correct.
Could you guys tell me a little bit about the process? What's your favorite song?
So we went into the studio for Existence probably, we're at like 2 years right now, right?
Yeah, about 2 years ago.
So it was like 2 years ago, and we had all this material that we had been performing for probably a year, and we were going to different studios trying to get things together. But the mixes and the demos that we were getting done just kind of weren't up to par with what we were looking for. And we finally found Isaiah
at Juggernaut
Studios. From he's in a band called Eye of Helix, which we played a lot with, and they're a big reason that I play on the scene today. They really got me pushing into hardcore music because I wasn't very into it before.
Yeah, he wasn't acclimated.
I wasn't acclimated to it.
Yeah.
So I Felix was a big influence on me, but we found Isaiah and we started going to him and started doing the tracks with him, and things started really coming together. He helped us a lot with parts and keeping things simple and organized instead of trying to be either as flashy as we could be or as maybe a little bit too simple, But I think that process with him really brought us together and refined our sound a lot. We found a lot of the qualities that we are going to be bringing way harder in the new album that we're going to be starting up in the next few weeks.
Ooh.
You guys want to talk about the album?
Yeah, the new one.
Talk about Existence.
Yeah,
talk about Existence.
Existence was accumulatively all of Anatomy Decay's lifespan, like multiple years worth of writing and playing shows and crafting our experience condensed into one little 5-song EP. And it's impossible for me to pick a favorite track off of that thing because it each has a different one for me. Even the one that I hate on that CD, I would still pick as my favorite.
Which one is
track?
that?
Anatomy's a banger.
Stand that song.
Anatomy's a banger. If you
That
like
song
Anatomy,
was written on accident, but to this
rage
day,
it.
I can still respect it. It makes me dance all over any size stage that I'm presented with at any point in time. So I can't really pick a favorite for you, but what I can say is that album, it's all of our first few years of jamming together, all of it condensed in as little amount of time as we could, as quick as we could, and the best we could do it at the time. But now we've progressed we found our sound from that. Like that taught us what we sound like. And now we know you're going to hear our full length coming out in the next few months. And that's going to give you a taste of what we are trying to bring to the table here. Existence taught us how to play.
Yeah, was that the first time that all of you recorded, or had any of you recorded previously? Like, legitimately, not in like
recorded with a band.
I had
recorded with a band.
I've recorded as a band in my old band, high school band before this. It costed a pretty penny. The recording came out great, but it was a completely different story. Isaiah of Juggernaut Studios recorded us completely differently. It was eye-opening.
He brought it to a new level.
It felt like a real first experience,
Yeah,
even
it
though I'd
was-
already executed a pretty good CD before. But Isaiah, like, he knows exactly what sound he's going for and he knows how to find the sound you want.
Yeah,
It's
he's
great.
definitely very, very organized, and I love how he goes a lot by feeling,
Definitely.
but in a very analytical way.
Definitely.
Like, I love talking with him because we get each other very, very well. And
Very disciplined too.
yeah,
Yeah.
very, very disciplined. And
I mean, if you had one day with him where it was kind of a rough day where takes weren't really coming out how he wanted you to do them, you definitely didn't have a second day where it was like that. He definitely showed you that, like, if you're going to come in here and spend this money and put the effort into it, that this is what you're going to be having to work towards, you know? And I think I finished my parts in probably one shift, and maybe we did some tweaking on some stuff on a second shift. But when we got parts I didn't have exactly under my fingers a second time, and I came back with it right on top. So it's kind of, you know, making you step up your game as a musician. And that's what I think what recording with him did. And that album, listening to things, bringing it back to him, saying, oh, I don't really want this guitar to sound this way, or this floor tom's a little bit off, and really making you refine your ear to where you're looking at why the snare sounds this way, or looking at why, you know, how the cymbals are how percussive they are and how much they ring out and whatnot. I think that really made us push forward as a band in our listening aspect.
Yeah, so he actually virtually, like, literally helped you guys with the actual production. You know, with the sound and picking up what things work. That's awesome.
Yeah, because
really good.
we had an idea of what we wanted to do, you know, but he helped us look at our sound and say, how do you want to sound?
How do you execute the idea that you have that you want?
How are we going to make this whole album cohesive, you know? Because it's fantastic that this song is going to sound like this and this song is going to sound like this. But how are we going to make them sound good listening to them one
like
after another?
one album.
One after
Like,
another, exactly, together.
they're all different songs. Each one has its own message, but it's got to come in as one unit, as an album.
Yeah.
Correct.
And we had a set that we would play, and after recording, we played our set differently because we had stepped up our game. We knew, like, this is not kid stuff anymore.
Yeah, it's the recording the EP was a really interesting process. And you had asked earlier, what is something that defines Anatomy Decay? And just personally for me, and it's something that I like to, you know, push into the rest of the members and really try and personify, is just the mentorship and the sense of knowledge and just passing down that to the younger generation of musicians. The recording process is extremely difficult because you're working with other people passionately, and you're gonna butt heads, you're gonna fight, and it's almost gonna tear you apart. But keep pushing, keep going through it. You know, once you get over that void, that valley, it's going to, you know, bring you so much closer together. You're going to get stronger. You're going to perform better. So just, you know, if you're there now and you're listening, keep at it.
Keep going at it now. Continuing the conversation about the Existence EP, you mentioned that you also do lyrical content.
Correct.
Did you write most of the lyrics, or how was that process?
I just like to write a lot by nature. Very poetic person. You know, I'm just always coming up with something. So, you know, having the opportunity to actually bring some of that to light with such energy and such passion was really exciting. Even if that meant I was being the dynamic end of that and having someone perform it for me. You know, and so I decided to sit down and try and pick topics from the first song, Anatomy, which Sam loves so much. You know, that song's really about standing up for yourself and getting just tired of people just pushing you down, you know? Tired of the bullies. You know, you got to get up in someone's face and let them know, like, hey, I'm not going to be put down by you anymore. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to do it how I want to do it. And that's the end of that. And then, you know, it goes into, like, A Greater Understanding, which was co-written by Sam and Torin. And that's just about, you know, just transcending reality and just, you know, feeling good and being good, you know, letting the world know that we're not going to be stopped. We're going to do what we want to do, and we're going to keep pushing forward with it. then oh man, I
Yeah.
just
Foundation.
all right.
It goes anatomy, and then
it's
it goes
anatomy, foundation, and then a greater
then a
understanding.
greater understanding.
He's used to the new set.
I'm used to the new. Whoops.
But
But yeah, and then,
Spoiler.
and then you have foundation, which is just like, just as the name, presents itself to be, realizing that it starts with you. You are the motivation. You need to look inside. It says seek motivation from the inside before your life becomes your hell. Conquer your demons, seek persistence and discipline. These are all virtues that, you need to embody in order to get where you really want to go, and, build yourself to what you want to be and what you want to do. And, and what better way to do that than to start with that foundation. So, that's what that's pushing towards.
That's awesome. There's a lot
It's
of
not actually about makeup.
That's
But
awesome.
it could be. But what I loved about what you said is that it doesn't necessarily apply to just one thing.
Correct.
It's just kind of like something that you can apply to life
Anywhere.
in
Exact
general.
life in general.
It's open to interpretation.
Brandon has a habit of writing universally.
And that's very cool. I take that a lot.
I think what's cool is us as a band is we all will write lyrics or a riff, and we can bring it to each other, and it can be edited without bias. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll write lyrics and I'll give them to Brandon. He might change every word that I wrote, but he'll keep the exact meter that I wrote that in.
Or
So it's still-
or what you wanted to say.
Yeah, I feel like I think Decay.
Decay.
Yeah,
exactly. That brings us to
Decay is my meter in all of his words. And I think that's cool that it has the bones of what your idea was, and that it gets turned into something else.
And
then now it
layering
gets
and
to
the skin
Soren
and the
to be
meat and then
executed on
performed.
stage.
And then he
Yes.
puts
And
his
now we have
own
a
twist
cohesive
on it.
sound.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Written
great
by a
because
band.
I've worked with bands and I've met a lot of bands that there's like the guitarist or there's just one member that mostly does everything. He writes the lyrics, he writes the drums, the guitars, the bass.
The sworn-in drummer.
Yeah.
Everything. He literally wrote the whole thing.
Everything. And it sounds great, but then when you start listening to different songs that he has, you can
really
definitely
differentiate.
tell
Exactly, yeah.
that it's one person. But when it's a whole band or a group of people writing,
It's different
can-
flavors, different
Yeah.
tastes, and that's what it should be about.
Mhm.
Your contribution as a whole, not as just one person.
Yeah, we basically look at it as like who's bringing the melody, who's bringing the rhythms, who's bringing, the low end. What are we going to be doing here? Someone might have wrote the bones of the whole song, but what's happening all around it is what is, propelling that song to a new level.
And then we think, how can we execute this best?
Yeah.
With that in mind, with our skills in mind. What can we do to do this our best? And then we'll change things.
Yeah.
And then that brings us to Extinction,
Yep, Extinction's the last song on the EP.
which for me is honestly, that's my personal favorite song that we've ever played, probably will ever play, because it gave me the opportunity to bring to light something that I take very seriously and I take to heart very seriously. And Extinction touches on the topic of being sexually abused or sexually molested or just being a victim of any sort of sexual, adversity, if you will. And what it talks about is how I personally was able to, go through that as a child, and how, through years of just struggling mentally and just lashing out physically, I was able to, overcome that, find my voice, and, use my story to help others. I have a movement called Scream for the Silent that it's not really anything much. Again, it's just me speaking and using my story to, show people like you don't have to be ashamed that this happened to you. And the biggest point of Extinction is the very last part. And it goes, how does it feel knowing I forgave you for myself? You know not the honor of a man, this is your extinction. And that is just such a powerful concept, because a lot of people think, I can't forgive, I won't forgive, but I won't forget either, or, wait, I just totally butchered that.
No.
I will forgive, but I won't forget.
yeah,
And that's the thing, if you're forgiving someone, you're not saying it's okay what you did. They have to admit to their consequences, and they have to,
Have to
be
live with
accountable. They have to be accountable for what they did to you. What you're doing is you're relinquishing the ties that it has on you. Being able to forgive someone for truly your benefit, to move on and to help others with what you've gone through. And that's what that talks about.
And I think that's the
that.
big
Awesome.
that's the big feel of the EP, you know? That's the big, you know, big idea of the whole of existence
Exactly.
is, you know, overcoming
Adversity.
keeping going. In every song we try to have a good message. Like, I don't want to have empty. You can have a beautiful cup, but if you don't have anything good to drink out of it, then it's just a fucking cup, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey.
We want to have it full of the good stuff, something that's going to make you feel good, something that's going to make you get through something that's going to
Exactly. You know, something
be
that's
there
gonna
for
push
you.
you.
Yeah.
You know,
When you're not feeling 100%, because everybody, you know, everyone doesn't feel 100% every time. And what do you look to music for? You look for comfort,
inspiration.
Yeah, you want to be inspired by it. We want to inspire people to go out there and maybe, you know, like
Be better
have
people.
different ideas, have different styles, you know, go hang out with different people, and, you know, that intermingling is going to create something that you couldn't even imagine could exist. You know, if you just get out there and meet new people and intermingle with different ideas.
Mm-hmm. Totally, dude. I'm so glad we got to learn a lot more about you guys, you know, Anatomy Decay as a whole. Because, I mean, the truth of the matter is that when you go to a show and you see the performance, there's so many layers that nobody knows of. And there's a story behind every little thing, every single song, every riff, every, you know, and this is, I feel this personally have made me respect you guys even more than what I already do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being one of the very first band that, you know, when we moved here, we were like, oh shit, like Anatomy Decay, you know what I mean? So it's definitely something that I know that anybody else that listens to the podcast is going to be like, oh damn, you know, like I didn't know about that. And that comes to show, linking it back to the beginning statement about the colors, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It somehow
you know,
makes
what
sense.
color did
you
you
know?
see in the beginning? And
some
now
people
what
say,
color do
oh,
you
I
see?
may like this band, I may not like this, I may not like this band, but you cannot deny that there's been, you know, a very hard road to get to where you are right now.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And what better way to learn about it, you know?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There definitely is like a glass screen between the stage and the people that are watching you. You know, we go on stage and we try to put on a show, and the music that we play seems like it's very aggressive, and you want to just go up there and be brutal and, you know, be scary.
Which you are.
You know what I mean? And like, I'm a big guy. I'm like 6'2", you know, 350 pounds. I'm a big dude. So, I mean, like, I can understand why, like, when I get off stage and I just, you know, like, did a bunch of spins, you know, and, like, looked like I was going to kill someone, why people don't want to walk up to this big sweaty guy. Like, it's totally understandable. And I think it's why having podcasts and, like, where people can kind of be away from it and kind of just listen to someone talk and see what their views are really important. Because some people, it's just kind of nerve-wracking walking up there and talking to a band member that's on stage. You know, you want to get to know somebody kind of on the back burner, so when you meet them in real life, you can be like, oh, hey,
Yeah.
I know you.
He's a real
You
human
like
being.
Sean.
You're a
Like-
real human being. You're not going to try to eat me. Thank you. You know?
Ooh, man. So
That's
Sam, did you have something to say?
We're good, Brandon. You can share.
I didn't have anything to say.
Okay,
I was
then
asking
we're
you.
good. Maybe we can get to what's next.
No.
My favorite part.
What's next? What's the next
So
topic?
yeah, so talking about what's next, what is happening with Anatomy Decay? I've heard a couple things off the record, but I want you guys to share whatever you can share, of course. I don't want to push any unscripted things. But
we want everything.
but what's happening with Anatomy Decay? What are some of the next steps that everybody listening to this podcast can expect from you guys?
Did you want to
The
start?
first thing you can expect is some new music, whether you're coming to get it live at our upcoming tour or our show at the OC Fair, or you're waiting for
tomorrow.
our recording.
Tomorrow.
You guys are performing tomorrow?
Yeah,
We guarantee you
this
some
podcast
new
will be
bangers.
out after the fact. So we would have already performed the OC Fair. So this is a little time capsule. So
You would
guys
have
are hearing
already
it.
like killed it at
Yeah.
the OC.
Like, if you guys are going to be there tomorrow, thanks for coming.
Yes, we
Thanks
really
for being there.
appreciate
We
you.
appreciate you. You know, if you're just at the OC Fair tomorrow and you saw us, you know,
Yeah.
shout us out or something. Let us know that you were there and heard this podcast.
Last year, there was a family who recorded a video of their little children dancing for us, and it was the most precious thing ever.
Yeah.
You know, if you happen to hear this and we see you again, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So you guys are going on tour.
Yeah.
What's happening? Show me them details. What's going on
Details. Well, we are going to be meeting up with a band called The Order of Elijah.
Yeah.
from Luxor Records. They are from Missouri, and we're going to be meeting them up at the Grand Canyon for a little meet and greet. Get to know each other, little band.
Bonding.
exactly.
There you go. Band bonding. Yeah, band-aid.
Yeah,
band date,
Band-Aid.
exactly. A band date. Bring the first aid kit. We have a band date.
Bands. Hopefully.
That joke was brought to you by David Brand, Australian commentator. You might have seen his pit moves on the Anatomy Decay page. If you're paying attention. And back to you, Brandon. Anyway, but so yeah, we're gonna meet up with the Order of Elijah at the Grand Canyon, then bring them down to the West Coast and kind of show them around a little bit. We're gonna start in Long Beach for the 2-year anniversary of ADHD Entertainment. Shout out to Jason Tyler for helping us with that show.
Thanks, Jason.
Some killer talent on that
Thank you so
show,
much.
starting with HSK, which is actually a band of a friend of mine from high school. We've never got to play together, so I'm stoked to see them.
Nice.
Sicarus.
What's next?
Well, let me shout out the talent that we're going to be sharing the stage with. Yes, I know there's a lot of shows. There's a lot of talent.
There's a lot of bands.
There's a lot of talent. We need to let them know because that's what we do. Then I'm sorry. There's of course the Order of Elijah. There's going to be Embrace the Confusion,
Nice.
and there's going to be Antagonist on that show. Then we're going to be hopping up to Jub's Thirst Parlor in Reno, Nevada.
We know.
Yeah.
Hello,
That
Vegas.
lineup, I don't even know yet. But I know it's us in the Order of Elijah. So any other Reno bands we're playing, shout out to you guys. We look forward to making friends and hanging out. Then we actually have a day off. So Shay is going to take us chasing waterfalls.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh,
go.
yeah.
We're gonna go chase some waterfalls in San Simeon, California.
Okay.
We're gonna go see some leopard seals because they have these beaches just full of these huge ass leopard seals down there.
Oh,
Yeah,
Shay's
it's on
just
the
full of
coast.
surprises.
The Northern Coast, bro.
Up in the coast, yeah.
We're doing it wrong.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
It's a super small town. All
AD
the
Mirage
beaches
Theory
are
Run.
gorgeous.
Hey, coming at you.
You know?
Oh my god.
And there's these little hikes. If they're open, you can go and see these beautiful waterfalls down there. And there's Hertz Castle. It's like this freaking rich dude who was just like, I'm gonna build a fucking castle, and he built this beautiful castle. And there's like gold everywhere, and it's
Yeah,
just
gold on the
gorgeous.
floor.
If you want to go see how
It's like a
you want to
Donald
live,
Trump
you know?
hotel.
No, it's even more gangster than that.
But that's awesome. So you guys are going to
And then
Reno. You got off, and then
And then after San Simeon, we're going to be heading down to San Jose and playing at the Caravan Lounge,
nice.
which I'm super excited. Never been to San Jose. So that'll be a fun one.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I had the opportunity there. I went for WrestleMania.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
It was fucking
Oh
amazing.
man,
All
did you watch
right.
the
I had a
draft?
blast.
We'll look
yes,
forward to
yes,
it.
I did.
It was intense.
It was intense. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that American Alpha is now in SmackDown.
Yeah,
Damn it.
dude. I'm not a super big fan, but it's been
That's
kind of
nice.
blowing up.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it kind of catches your attention because I remember when I was a kid, I was just like, yeah, WWF.
Then they changed the F to an E. And
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah,
oh,
right?
what's
Exactly.
going
Like, oh,
on?
what's going on here?
Bro,
And then
bro,
UFC emerged.
Stop the hate. So back to Anatomy
Yeah.
Decay.
Back to
So we're
Anatomy
we're
Decay.
in San Jose, and then we're coming down
Yep.
towards
Apple Valley.
Apple Valley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Valley.
making a stop in Apple Valley. We're gonna be playing at a place called the Hilltop Tavern,
Nice.
and that is a fresh lineup as well. So forgive me that I haven't had the opportunity to remember the bands yet. But shout out to you guys. We'll be looking forward to making friends with you and meeting you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest excitement about this tour is
Getting to know new bands. And
yeah, hell yeah,
people.
new
And-
music to listen to. Woo!
And
Yeah.
really pushing yourself, to get out there and experience the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
That's awesome.
I'm like super shy and super afraid to walk up to people, which is crazy.
but
But no, like seriously, it's
but after
Shay is making gestures indicating that Brandon might not be talking the truth.
I if you've seen any of our Halloween shows, Abraham Lincoln cannot tell a lie.
Yeah.
So-
He always goes as Honest Abe.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw this meme where there was a picture of Abe Lincoln and it said, "Don't believe everything you read on the internet." It was pretty interesting.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
whatever you
something.
say.
And then that'll bring us to our last date.
Which is PBW in Pomona.
Pomona.
That's gonna be one of my favorite ones.
Same.
And then after that, we'll be hanging out at Warped Tour. Fall,
Yes.
in case you want to
Pomona
catch
Date Warped
us.
Tour August 7th. If you can't catch a tour, come hang out with us there.
Yep.
That's awesome.
It's really
But
cool.
also shout out to the lineup on the Pomona date, because that lineup is stacked, packed, and ready to be
We
smacked.
have this one.
Like
Is that
no
the one
lie,
with
that's
the-
that's gonna be yours truly, Anatomy Decay, The Order of Elijah, Man-Made God from Las Vegas. Super stoked because they are brutal. Then it's going to be Inhuman Atrocities, The Arson Choir, Unleash the Cerebrus, and
Age-old question.
forgive me, first band. I apologize, but I will be there to see you. I love you.
Yeah, these guys are very supportive. Almost every show that I've been, I always see someone from Anatomy Decay. So
Always.
And you got to make that a point too. It's not just enough to play your shows and support your shows, because it's more than that. It's more than you, honestly. It's what you're representing. And, there needs to be a mutual respect and a mutual camaraderie with all of the other artists that you're playing with. And if you're contributing to them, then, they're going to want to contribute to you. And, you start to develop an ecosystem and a cycle that permeates growth instead of dividing a scene based on clicks and popularity.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. If I watch you and I see you have a good set, I'm going to get up on stage. I'm not going to tell you who I am, but I'm going to help you take your set down. That's respect. That's what we need to be giving to the other musicians in our scene, not trying to compete for popularity or anything, egotistically circumstantial.
There shouldn't be like backup plans for just being homies. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna be friends with bands, it shouldn't be for one reason. It's just to be like, oh yeah, I like these guys. They're a super fun band, and I like kicking it with them. It shouldn't be a lot of backwards motives that I think that
Peace and love.
need to get dropped.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly,
Creating that community.
having kick-ass shows with
Yeah.
awesome bands.
Because if not, then it's only freaking Netflix and Pokemon.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we're gonna listen to the fucking Bee Gees for the next 50 years. Come on, guys.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh Lord! So before we wrap it up, and,
Always wrap it up.
All right.
before,
Yes.
One message from Anatomy Decay. Wrap that shit.
So before, I can't even talk straight right now. So before we wrap it up, I just want to thank you again for sharing all that information about the Existence EP. Where can people find it right now? I know it's on Apple Music and Spotify because I've listened to it on those platforms.
It's on Google Play. It's on Bandcamp. I think we have like a couple songs on Bandcamp. Not very familiar with that. Sorry with the pen clicking. YouTube. We have lyric videos on YouTube. Shout out to Ryan Bell, our lyric video artist, and our graphic designer for Existence and our upcoming album. We have live videos. Anywhere you can hear music, basically, you can hear.
It's on iTunes
Anatomy
as well,
Decay.
right?
It's on iTunes as well.
Awesome.
We actually have, we're even in a little store in Japan. I don't know are you guys in that? You guys are in that store too, right? There's like an online store. I sent the dude your guys' link, and I'm pretty sure you guys are on the website.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll shoot it back over to you.
Yeah. Send me that text. I want to see that Japanese website.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, this dude reached out to us a long time ago. He's like, hey, I have this record store that I'm doing in Japan that I want to have good local music. So, he saw us from somewhere and he was like, hey, can you guys help me out? Help me build this. So we got in there and then we just shout out to, Eye of Helix is in there now. On the Shoulders of Atlas is in there now. I'm pretty sure the Mirage's Theory isn't the Mirage Theory is in there
Throne
now.
of Tyranny in there?
Throne is in there now.
Bro.
Lions Amongst Wolves is up on the site as well. And this gentleman's actually coming to Los Angeles.
Really?
Yeah, he's coming at the end of July. So it's really cool that we're going to be able to meet him and have him come on a couple tour dates with us.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
So shout out to you. I think it's Tatsuro Ado. Thank you for that exposure in
That was
another
a good
country.
pronunciation. I would have slaughtered that.
So yeah, you can grab Existence EP on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, even that thing that Microsoft came out with, the Groove thing.
Yeah,
that
we
one.
got
Everywhere.
we're on the Groove. We have CDs if you're down for that. You know, we got tons of merch that we're printing up.
You know, if you guys are even down, I mean, like, you can come to like venues and we will play it live for you.
Yeah, we'll play
I
for
mean,
you.
nobody's really like
In
into
front of
that
your
these
face.
days, but we will play it for you.
Yeah.
They put on a sick show.
Promise.
If
The
you're
energy.
cool enough, we'll
is-
play at your
is
house.
great.
You know,
Yeah.
we're really cool guys. We'll
I'll-
go over, jam out in your kitchen, make us some bagels.
And,
I'm pretty sure you would.
Yeah, we
you're
would.
also out on Facebook, Instagram,
Instagram,
Twitter.
Twitter, YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. Love that.
It's really cool.
Okay. This is my favorite part of the podcast.
Okay.
Some of my most profound, comedic, and most rewarding moments interviewing bands and talking to them have come from this specific moment.
Boom.
So I'm going to have John
Can
take
I-
it over,
can I give a
and
drum
we'll
roll?
see
Drop it.
what the hell comes out of this segment.
Yeah, what's coming out of this?
Take it, John.
So, guys, it's really been a pleasure. I've gotten to know you guys a lot better than I obviously did.
Likewise.
But there's still one question. Just there's something like I need to know.
I need to know.
I need to know.
Tell me, baby
it's-
girl, 'cause I need to know.
I need to know.
I need to know. Okay, back to it.
What we need to know.
What would you say is Anatomy Decay's single spirit animal?
We've actually talked about this extensively.
If there is a mythical beast
Mythical beast.
that you could
Damn.
say that embodies Anatomy Decay as a band, what would it be?
We all have spirit animals individually because we were going to get shirts made
Of our spirit.
of our
animals.
spirit animals.
Don't tell me one's Valor, one's...
No, nothing like that. So now we just need to think of our 3 spirit animals merged into one homunculus of an animal.
And then Captain Planet comes out.
Yes.
You know, I think
Or Rosie
I
O'Donnell.
honestly think our spirit animal would be Bill Nye.
Bill Nye.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He might be a reptilian creature. So that could be our
I mean,
spirit.
can you think of anyone who has taught you so much and is still so cool?
Damn it.
I don't think so.
I've learned a lot from Dave Chappelle.
Oh,
yeah.
I've learned how to plead the fifth.
The fifth. I played the fifth.
Oh shit, I don't know.
That's a really tough one. I mean, I would say like a hippogriff,
A hippogriff?
buckbeak, or maybe like a.
He's like a Harry Potter nut. So
I'm a very Harry Potter nut. I mean, or
He's very Harry Potter.
check out my sleeve, or like a phoenix, or maybe
Phoenix.
a
Or Harry
dementor.
Potters.
Maybe Anatomy Decay is a dementor because we're sucking the life out of society as we know it and pumping new life back in.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It could be some kind of totem pole, like some kind of mutant
Totem
animal
pole.
that was gotten,
Totem pole.
some bear, wolf,
Mad Bear Pig.
Man, bear,
stag
pig.
hybrid.
Wow.
So it's got to be a single mythical
has to be
creature.
one
Gotta be
animal.
one thing.
Throw
Just
it.
one.
Drop it in.
Phoenix. We'll go with. We'll go with Phoenix.
I could go with Phoenix.
Are you down with Phoenix?
Re-
Sam?
You're down with Phoenix
Death
because you're
Reborn.
down with
Boom.
Oh,
He
damn.
got-
we got
Correlation
you.
is
I can't
endless.
even
Look at that
answer
circle.
now.
Starting it
Phoenix.
at the beginning.
I've never felt so
ending it-
tongue-tied.
Valor. Awesome, guy. Thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you guys.
Catch Anatomy on Anatomy Decay. Oh my God.
Anatomy
I'm
Tour
tongue-tied
Decay.
now, too.
Hey.
Make sure you catch Anatomy Decay on the road this upcoming Friday. That's the 30th.
No, tomorrow. Oh, wait.
Oh no, that's us.
Your
Yeah,
tour.
that's the OC. Oh, yeah, the tour.
Yeah.
the tour is the
Yeah.
30th.
And at the OC Fair.
And
If
at
you
the OC
had the
Fair.
opportunity to catch him at the OC Fair, then you're awesome.
Please reblog this podcast if you saw us at the OC Fair and, share in the nostalgia.
If you listen to this whole podcast, yeah, thank you.
Thank
No,
you.
Thank you for
guys
taking
for
that
taking the
time out of your day. We're really glad to be talking with everybody and getting connected. And we love all of our fans and everyone that goes and actually participates with us on social media. And, even if you're fucking around and messing with us, it's all fun and games.
It's all cool.
Yeah, it's all cool. So we really appreciate that kind of stuff.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having us. We want to give one shout out to our sponsor, Cold Cock Whiskey.
And-
we'll be repping them on tour.
And soul tone cymbals, some beautiful accents you'll be hearing on the new album.
Nice.
And thanks, Flying Pig, for having us.
Yeah,
It's been a great
thank
time
you
with you
guys.
guys. That's been our best interview yet
Yeah.
for
Awesome.
us having a great
Thank
time.
you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is.
Can I do it?
God, go.
This is Sam from Anatomy Decay. You're about to hear Decay off the Existence EP. Catch you later.